track dubbed as Too Tough to Tame, the Lady in Black, or Darlington Raceway. It is the site for round 11 of 24 and the last race of the 2024 year here for Speed Racing Network HairClub Truck Series action. And I am Emerson Arden here in the virtual booth this evening, live from virtual Darlington, South Carolina. We're in for a great time tonight. Glad you could join us. Let's head down to trackside and get our starting lineup for tonight's race. And the driver is already getting ready to roll off on their grids. The throwback schemes are alive and well, plentiful throughout the grid this evening. And there it is, Matthew Greathouse on the pole tonight. Austin DeLong second, David Flanagan, Ben Park, row 2, Andrew Harris, Kyle Spees, row 3, James Shane Wolf, Lane Doyle, lane 4, Corey Stahl and Dalton McKinney will round out the top 10. Michael Seidor, Sean Long will start 11th and 12th. 13th will be Dylan Godinez. 14th then Wally Babb. 15th Sean Corcoran and 16th Sean Merriman. The Sean Show row 8. James Jackson and Jason Kratke make up row 9. Drake Carty will start 19th. Chris Luttrell, Daytona race winner, starts 20th. 21st then Shane Ledoux in the 12 machine. Sean Woodside will start 22nd in that 45. Aaron Johnson and Scott Kalal make up row 12. Jeffrey Vickery will start 25th, Justin Smith 26th, Connor Cunningham 27th, Daniel Park 28th, and Mark Person 29th. And that is the 14 and a half rows of Speed Racing Network HairClub Truck Series vehicles ready for battle this evening and their dance with the Lady in Black. And so, as the iRacing.com safety vehicle will find its safety down in the very low pit entry, the field works their way off of turn number 4. The field is in the hands of Matthew Greathouse, and green flag is in the air, racing from Darlington. Truck hard into the inside wall. They're off the corner, and the caution does come out now. It is James Jackson, the driver, in trouble, and the leader, Matthew Greathouse, sideways. There, off of turn number 4, is James Jackson's car. Truck that is stopped there on the back straightaway, and he will just tow it to the pit lane, and that may already be day done. 2 corners into the race for James Jackson, and we're going to take a replay and see what had happened to the 29 machine. And he's working along one of the top drivers this season in Drake Carty here. This is lap 1, turns 1 and 2. Carty is all over the tailgate of the 29 machine, and Carty does not make, oh, he does. They're off of turn number 2. A little too big of a run for Carty, right into the back of the 29, and oh my goodness, he collects Scott Kalaw up and over. The 23 goes, and that will be the reason the caution came out. I was wondering if we were going to get a caution because of how far off the racing surface the 29 of James Jackson was. So here we go. We'll take another look at it. This is Scott Kalaw. He'll be approaching the incident a little later on. As you'll see, James Jackson does not do a great job of holding the brake pedal, goes right back into traffic, and Scott Kalaw just eats the 29 machine, and he goes over, tumble down the back straightaway for the 23 of Scott Kalaw. We'll take one more look at what happened between Drake Carty and James Jackson, the 29 machine, and we'll look at it overhead. Sterling Marlin throwback for the 29. Carty, big run, trying to diamond it off a 2. Oh, Carty does not make contact. Excuse me. No contact made at all between the 29 of James Jackson and the 59 of Drake Carty. There was massive contact between James Jackson and the 23 of Scott Kalaw. And so that is our first stoppage in action this evening. We did not even complete one entire lap around the track, and we are already under the caution flag tonight here from Darlington. I want to apologize for the expedited intro to show to this evening. Some technical difficulties. It has been a good 3 weeks since I had the pleasure of producing one of these broadcasts. So Need to work out some kinks and bring it right back, but not before one show, and then it's another couple weeks off before we resume the racing action on the far side of the new year in 2025, and that'll be fun. I mean, it'll be the run to the playoffs from then on, and from after Darlington, we're looking at Las Vegas on January 7th and the Milwaukee Mile, Worldwide Technology Raceway at St. Louis, Lucas Oil Raceway in Indianapolis, and Kentucky to round out the regular season into February, and then we go playoff racing. So that should be fun, but a long way to go, and for now it is a driver who has still yet to win an SRN competition to this point, but with a great opportunity to attempt to do so tonight, as he is currently leading as the iRacing.com safety vehicle finds its safety down in the pit lane, the field in the hands of the driver of the number 5 and David Flanagan. And let's try this again, boys. Green flag back in the air, racing from Darlington, lap 5 of 105. And truck around in the back straightaway into the heart of traffic. It's a red truck. Looks like the 74. Sean Corcoran goes round, and he is facing the opposite direction of traffic. And it is our second stoppage in action tonight. And unfortunately, we have yet to complete a full lap around the track dubbed as Too Tough to Tame. These drivers, unfortunately, are showing that phrase to be true about Darlington. And so we'll take a look at the replay here. This is the 74 of Sean Corcoran. He's racing to the inside of the 99 of Wally Babb off of the corner. Contacted. That time there was contact between Cardi and the spinning truck. Last time there was not. This time that looks like there was. We'll take another look at it to be sure. Let's take a look. This is 74 of Sean Corcoran. Again, coming up off the corner, racing very tight with Wally Babb. And we'll take a look at this one from the overhead. And it's again a straight Cardi, big run, huge run out of turn 2. A little overcorrect. Now that one, netcode did play a part in that incident, but certainly the trajectory of Drake Cardi's vehicle was going to collide with the 74 there off of turn number 2, despite the net-coded contact. And so is our second caution on the evening, as Sean Corcoran will head to the pit lane. David Flanagan continues to lead here from Darlington. Working the second caution of the evening, we're going to take a step aside here. Quick message from our partners here at Speed Racing Network. Don't you go anywhere as the racing action from the Lady in Black continues on the far side. Welcome, race fans, back to the virtual Darlington Raceway. We are working our second caution period on lap 8 of 105 from the Lady in Black, the track that's dubbed as Too Tough to Tame. The many nicknames the Darlington Raceway has boasted in a very rich history in its stock car racing prowess. And so We'll try this again. The iRacing.com safety vehicle has found its safety down in the pit lane. The field once again in the hands of David Flanagan. Third time's the charm, boys. See if we can keep this thing clean and green. The green flag back in the air. Racing resumes from Darlington. Out of turn 4, it's David Flanagan leading at the stripe. Line laps complete, and it's the first one under green, and a big run for James Shanewolf through the center of turns 1 and 2. He's going to stick that truck down to the inside of the 5 machine. They nearly get to give her off of turn 2. James Shanewolf to the point. Andrew Harris hot in pursuit. Kyle Spees takes quick advantage, and the caution comes out. Chris Luttrell, Daytona race winner, in trouble on the back straightaway. Caution comes out third time tonight. We'll take a look and see what happened to the 0-0 of Chris Luttrell. Coming off of turn 2, Calamity Corner. Turn 2 is seemed to be tonight. And this is Chris Luttrell racing the 22 of Austin DeLong, and Cardi again in the thick of it. And another near contact or contact there for Drake Cardi. 3 incidents where Cardi has been right there in the middle of it. Now, I do say he did not make contact in that first incident tonight, but the last one, there was net-coded contact, and it certainly looked like Cardi was going to complete the job there, and we'll see what this one is. We'll look up above, get the full story here. Now, I do have to say Luttrell probably did let up there as he was racing DeLong, and Cardi just a big run into the left side, just behind driver's door. There to 0-0, and he'll send Chris Luttrell around on the back straightaway. It was off the racing surface, but he must have slid long enough on the racing surface for iRacing to detect a car perpendicular to the racing surface to bring out the full course caution, but no damage to the 0-0, and continue on. And so the field working their way around the high banks of the Darlington Raceway. We'll take this opportunity and take a look at some of the liveries, the throwback liveries these drivers are donning tonight, or new liveries. So here's James Shanewolf's machine, but this one right here in second, Andrew Harris. That 87 machine, the Bell South Kyle Petty throwback. That is a very nice livery, and he ran a very similar, if not the exact same livery last time out. And Kyle Spees, he does rock it. I'm sorry, Andrew Harris does rock that 87 machine in the Bell South livery. Here we go with Dylan Godinez in the 88 machine. Looks like this is a Dale Jr. throwback, potentially to the AMP car. And we have a throwback here for Lane Doyle. Michael Steeder to 17. Now, I do believe some schemes either did not load or were not put on correctly, so we'll see maybe later in the show if we can get some more schemes to load, but just some also fresher paints add to the catalog tonight. There we go. There's a nice throwback there for Austin DeLong. You got the Ally car. That's Aaron Johnson, who is scored as the 25, but has 71 plastered on the side of that thing. There's the Ada Matthew Greathouse running a Bud throwback. Very nice. There we go. Some throwbacks here. Connor Cunningham and Daniel Park as well. We'll take our time. We'll try to see some more of these beautiful liveries on these trucks this evening. But we'll try it again. We've gotten one full green flag lap and 3 half green flag laps. Let's try to string a couple more together as the iRacing.com safety vehicle finds its safety down in the pit lane. The field in the hands of James Shanewolf. Green flag back in the air, racing once again from Darlington. 1 lap removed from the restart. It's Shane Wolf leading Andrew Harris, Kyle Spees, Dylan Godinez, Lane Doyle. The top 5 Spees clears to 3rd on the 88 machine. So Spees in that 36 to P3. And Andrew Harris, a big run, a big dive into the inside into turn 3. Andrew Harris makes it stick. James Shane Wolf with a run back, but Andrew Harris leads here at Darlington. A power move on the back straightaway for the 87 machine as he'll soar to the top spot in the running order. And now working lap 16 of 105. How long can he hold it? Shane Wolf is not done yet. A peak, but to no avail for the 14 machine. As he'll sit behind the 87. He'll gather that 14 truck, keep those tires happy, and see if an opportunity presents himself a little later on in the event. It is still very early in the race. But Andrew Harris making a statement move. Now, if you recall, I can't recall now if it was last season or the season before, but there was a Darlington race where Andrew Harris had to start shotgun on the field, very dead last, and won the race without making contact with a single vehicle at one of the narrowest tracks on the calendar, and that is Darlington, where there's only about 2 full lanes of racing surface. One of the smallest widths of racing surface there is. Now, of course, drivers can't dip below that dotted white line all the way around the racetrack, but it's just not as fast. It's not as usable, unless maybe on older tires you use it to get the vehicles to turn. We'll dip our toes a little further back. It'll be Justin Smith working Aaron Johnson, P13 here. These drivers are side by side. Everyone ahead is single file. And so Aaron Johnson in the Ally machine trying to make it work, but Justin Smith fighting tooth and nail on the outside, trying to make it stick. He pounds the wall down out of turn 2. Keeps the truck straight, so we stay green. Austin DeLong now takes advantage, trying to get to P14. Justin Smith pounding the wall down again, and he's not collecting Darlington stripes. The caution comes out. It's Michael Sidor gone around, and Matthew Greathouse. Oh no! That beautiful 8 machine has now caught. Looks like the rear end there of the 86, and the caution comes out. The 4th stoppage in action tonight. Trying to deduce what happened here. It was Michael Sidor, the driver in trouble. Off of turn 4, running all by himself. Michael Sidor into turn 3. Big run. Gets the Darlington stripe, and then, oh, it's just ran over by the 99. Wally Babb was not anticipating the 86 to collect the wall, and oh, slides right back, not into traffic, but right into the path of the 8 machine to Matthew Greathouse. Greathouse nowhere to go, and dings both the passenger side of Michael Sidor's truck and the front end of his own. See if we can take a onboard here with with Matthew Greathouse and see what Greathouse saw. There, the 86 spins, is collected by the 84 Corcoran. He tried to go low, but the truck went low, washed low off the banking and right into the side of the 86, and that'll be some decent damage, especially to the front end. That could have knocked the radiator out of the 8 machine, so he was able to continue on. Very lucky that he was able to blow the truck down. Now, he is there at the end of pit lane. The front end is crinkled, and he is getting repairs to that 8 machine, but he waits the pacing field behind the safety vehicle to try to get as much time as he can in the pit box, repairing damage to the 8 machine, to the wounded 8 machine now there of Matthew Greathouse. And we are working lap 21 of 105, so that means we have crossed the 20% mark of tonight's race, and 18 minutes. So 4 cautions, not ideal, but a very, very difficult track. Not to say that this was going to be an easy task for these fellas, but This track definitely is out to get you. Turn 2 is out to get you, and you saw there even the smallest of taps there from Michael Sidor into the outside wall made a bigger issue because there's not really anywhere to pass. There's no other lines to run. Everyone's running the same line through the corner. So when Sidor leaves the line, comes back to the racing line, he gets collected by just the oncoming traffic because everyone's running the same line. There was nowhere to go for Wally Babb or for Sean Corcoran. Sorry, not Corcoran, the 84 there of Sean Long, my apologies, there in turns 3 and 4, and Michael Sidor was just collected there. And so the track dubbed as too tough to tame is proving pretty tough for some of these HairClub Truck Series drivers. Everyone trying to have their fair shot at a dance with the lady in black will go at it again. It'll be the 5th green flag of the night, back in the air, and Andrew Harris soars the field down into turns 1 and 2. One lap removed from the restart. We did have a truck get the wall back there. Looks like Michael Sidor and Sean Woodside hitting the pit lane under green flag conditions, so not ideal conditions for either driver. So Andrew Harris leads the field here at Darlington. It's James Shanewolf 2nd, Kyle Spees 3rd, Lane Doyle 4th, Dylan Godinez 5th, and it's season 4 truck champion Ben Park putting himself into the mix there, P6. Now, Ben has had a difficult season to this point, so Ben trying to right the ship, trying to put that 17 machine into the playoffs. You think for a recent champion of the Truck Series, it wouldn't be such a task, but Ben has had some rough luck in the most recent of races. Now, Dylan Godinez, big wiggle up the track, trying to diamond the 88 truck up off the corner, can't do it. Tried to get a run on Lane Doyle. Instead, we'll have a big run from behind from Ben Park, and here we go. The battle is on for that 5th position. Park trying to stick that nose in there, trying to make something happen between the 88 and the 17. Take a look at Drake Carty. He started 19th in the field this evening. He's now working up to pole sitter. Not pole sitter. 4th place starter David Flanagan. 3rd place starter David Flanagan there in the 5 machine. Drake Carty now, he has had his fair share of run-ins tonight in that IBOC number 59, is now looking to see if he can right the ship very early still and try to get going here, get going forward, and try to continue to race for those precious points that are still up for grabs. So now Aaron Johnson has hit the pit lane in that number 71 machine, and Sean Woodside trying to pit, misses pit lane off the racing surface. Mark Person in the Miller Genuine Draft number 77 machine out there as well. Michael Sidor now just leaving the pit lane, so a lot of damaged trucks taking to it here in the battle for a second. Kyle Spees, James Shanewolf, and Lane Doyle, 3 trucks under a blanket down the back straightaway here at Darlington. Big run here, Kyle Spees. Nose to tail down the front straightaway. Spees tries to make a move, covers off Lane Doyle, peeking there, and the caution comes out. Another stoppage in action. It is Drake Carty facing the incorrect direction on the front straightaway. And so Carty in 4 of the 5 caution replays tonight. We'll see what happened to the 59 machine. This time, he's the one going round. This time, Carty is the driver in trouble. You see here, working on the 99 of Wally Babb going into the corner. Tags the 99 and Babb sideways. Carty makes more contact with Babb, and I think Babb had enough of him. And I don't I don't necessarily blame Wally either. That was a lot of contact and a whole lot of nothing came out of it. Now, I do understand that not a whole lot was viewed there, so we'll also take a look at some of the restart action as well. But here's just one more look at what happened here between Drake Carty and Wally Babb. So Carty tags the rear end of the 99 and then tries to make it happen, and then slides trying to get by the inside, and I don't know, Babb turned left there, or was still trying to catch the truck, but nonetheless contact made. I don't think Wally Babb is too displeased with the aftermath of the incident, but certainly not what Drake Carty wanted. So pit stops currently underway under yellow here, so we're gonna take a replay and see what happened on the restart. I do understand that unfortunately I did not show much of that restart, so my apologies for that. But not a whole lot happened. There was a little bit of contact towards the back, so this is the overhead or above the grandstands. Green flag back in the air for that restart, and that's how the 87 of Harris cleared out. Now there was some slight contact in the back from Michael Sidor and company. Sidor sideways slams the outside wall. Now the 45 also hit the pit lane, and so they then hit at the pit lane, and then Aaron Johnson also came down the pit lane shortly after. Not sure what happened with Aaron Johnson, but he came down, I believe, the next lap. But all to say, now the battle for second, now it got tight. It did get highly contested, but no moves were made up here. All was that. So back to the live racing action. We'll be sure to clue the audience in on this one. So the fifth caution of the day, and to ensue will be the sixth green flag of the day. Andrew Harris, Kyle Spees, the front row. Dylan Godinez, Ben Park, row 2. Austin DeLong, David Flanagan, row 3. And so the iRacing.com safety vehicle finds its safety down in the pit lane. Way down there, way low, way out of the way. And it'll be the 87 of Andrew Harris leading the field back to green flag action. And green flag back in the air. Racing once again from Darlington. Andrew Harris leads Dylan Godinez, Kyle Spees, Ben Park, and David Flanagan. The top 5 here from Darlington. Oh, contact behind, and nearly Corey Stahl and Jeffrey Vickery getting together. Vickery now trying to get down either to the inside or just damage the 51 off the pace. Off of turn number 4, so something amiss with the 51 of Jeffrey Vickery. Vickery tries to spool that truck back up, and now I do know these trucks are all about momentum, but man, Jeffrey Vickery lost quite a bit of pace in that instance. So the battle here between the 7, the 8, and the 99. And Daniel Park, Matthew Greathouse, and Wally Babb all together here. This is going on deep in the running order, about 18th position. The battle here. Trucking the wall behind. Shane Ledoux hard into the outside wall in that 12 machine. We stay green for the time being. Tight here, Austin DeLong really hounding the rear end of David Flanagan. Flanagan trying to hold station there in that 5 machine. A great recovery to this point after starting third. Dropping all the way down to about 14. Flanagan needing to hold this positioning here if he wants to contend and try to potentially gather his first career SRN victory, which could be tonight the way he's running now. Everyone all up against one another. Connor Cunningham has joined the fray, up 20 positions from where he started. Drake Carty around, and he will tow out of here. Drake Carty, that day is done early. Andrew Harris leads here from Darlington, working lap 39 of 105 and opening the gap. Dylan Godinez currently sat second. Kyle Spees gets the wall, opens the opportunity up for Ben Park. Everyone nose to tail looking for their opportunity to slide on through. Flanagan, the driver to first, take action trying to get by Ben Park. It'll be side by side out of 4. Ben Park hold station for now. DeLong, and that's Flanagan trying to get the twofer here. He tried to go on Kyle Spees. So Shane Will trying to get the long. Flanagan clears Kyle Spees for third. Ben Park sat 5th. And Connor Cunningham loses a bunch of positioning. And around goes the 46. Dalton McKinney spinning down the back straightaway. Back onto the racing surface. And no caution. As we saw most of that live, the racing continues. 3 wide into turn 1. Corey Stahl backs out. Ben Park, he was going to try to hang on. Austin DeLong trying to make something of it. James Shanewolf now hounds the rear end of the 36. And 2 battles there in your shot between Spees and Shanewolf. And great stuff between Ben Park, Corey Stahl, and Justin Smith. All over the road. Everyone is here trying to shake, bake, and make something happen here at Darlington. So Andrew Harris leads Dylan Godinez, and the caution comes out. Now Dalton McKinney, I believe, had a mishap, and now this will be interesting as McKinney spun about 2 laps ago and then rolled back onto the racing surface. I'm not saying in an attempt to bring out a caution, but I'm sure he wouldn't have minded a yellow there, and he is now running all by himself for this instance. I imagine there could potentially be some investigation. So McKinney sends it into turn 3 and tries to save it, loops it around, and the caution comes out. So the real opportunity here will then be to ride on board and listen and see some of the steering input that McKinney has. So now the truck does look sideways as it is, to be fair, but you see here, unfortunate there for Dalton McKinney, but we continue on. We're now working our 6th caution period of the day, and a good chunk of the field has come down to pit lane. The top 9 stay out. Everyone else has come in, including Andrew Harris to lead the race off pit road over Godinez. Flanagan, DeLong, and Kyle Spees, the first 5 out of pit row. Ben Park, Connor Cunningham, Sean Corcoran, Daniel Park, Chris Luttrell. The order off the pit lane, but the top 9 stayed out as we are just shy of halfway, about 8 laps or so from halfway. James Shane Wolf stays out, Corey Stahl, Justin Smith, Lane Doyle, Sean Long, Matthew Greathouse, Wally Babb, Sean Merriman stay out. Dalton McKinney now comes down the pit lane. And the field is doubled up. We'll be trying this again. Good bit run there, but now we understand how difficult it is to overtake. It'll be very aggressive, I'd imagine, on the restart here to make up the positioning while you can, but it's just, even still on the restart, it's just so hard. Just because everyone's running together, that's about the only opportunity you have, but there's not a whole lot of places to go with it. So James Shane Wolf was elected the outside for this restart. So Shane Wolf, Stahl, Smith, Doyle, Long, Greathouse, Babb, Merriman, Harris, and Godinez. The top 10 as the iRacing.com safety vehicle finds its safety down in the pit lane. The field in the hands of James Shane Wolf. Green flag back in the air. Everyone fanning out on the back straightaway, in the battle for a second is alive and well. Lane Doyle, Corey Stahl going toe-to-toe into turn 1 at Darlington. Corey Stahl takes advantage, clears on through for second. And now Justin Smith wants a piece of the action. The 8 of Matthew Greathouse is trying to shove his way through, all the while Lane Doyle running the Bob Ross paint scheme, trying to make something happen. James Shane Wolf is out to lunch, and there's an incident between Jeffrey Vickery and Michael Sidors. They both towed. So I'm guessing they had crashed off the racing surface. Battle here. Godinez and Greathouse. Godinez, big send, clears Matthew Greathouse in the 8 machine, and side by side is Andrew Harris on fresh tires trying to clear by the 84 Sean Long. Truck off the racing surface, Sean Merriman. And now big battles here as Wally Babb slides on through the 84 of Sean Long and the 22 of Austin DeLong, trying to make something happen there. And now big run, Andrew Harris gets through on Matthew Greathouse in that 87 machine. And Harris, of course, on the fresh tires, trying to get forward and get out there before James Shane really opens up a lead. Dalton McKinney will hit the pit lane again. And so we are now down to 19 trucks on the lead lap. Big battle here, Justin Smith. Now he is going backwards quickly in that 6 machine. And he's losing position to a lot of these guys. Off of turn 4, Connor Cunningham, Justin Smith off the racing surface. We saw it all live as Smith was dropping down the running order, and they will be off the racing surface. No caution. Wow. Back up front, James Shane will still leads, and Everyone dropping like flies behind. It is the war of attrition here at Darlington. Near contact there between Greathouse and DeLong. Now James Shanewolf is getting caught, hits the wall from the lead. James Shanewolf hits the wall big time as the race leader. Corey Stahl trying to close the gap now and make something happen. We are now halfway here at Darlington. Now Stahl under attack from Godinez. All the while Andrew Harris closes the gap, and Harris is there. Oh, contact as Godinez gets into the quarter panel of the 33. And so now Stahl trying to defend hard, trying to hold that 33 at bay, and the 88 at bay behind. And Godinez trying to make this happen before the 87 of Andrew Harris sneaks his way on through. So Harris on the fresh tires, he's got the upper hand. How does he want to play this? Big run there for the 88 of Godinez, trying to get alongside. And this could be huge down into one. Godinez has the positioning. He sends it into one. Godinez makes easy work of Corey Stahl. Andrew Harris trying to shoot on through in the 87 machine. Harris clears on through, and Stahl loses 2 spots in one corner. Big battle here. Bob Ross trying to hang on there in that 47. Lane Doyle driving that 47, but right behind Austin Long, right ahead of Flanagan, and battle for the lead. Godinez trying to get Shanewolf. Huge dive from the 88. Dylan Godinez leads here at Darlington. On the other side of halfway now, Andrew Harris trying to get on through on the 14 of Shanewolf. Harris clears up to second in the battle now. Godinez and Harris will duel it out, and they both pitted on the same lap. So now Harris has fresh tires. Godinez has fresh tires. Who used them more? We'll have to see. But right now, Godinez has the clean air and has the advantage here at Darlington. 49 laps to go. Battle here. Flanagan trying to get Lane Doyle to crack under pressure. Flanagan. He's got him. The 47, Lane Doyle, he passes him. But Flanagan up to P6. Here comes Spees. Spees down to the inside. Spees clears. This could get tied up front. Harris hounding the rear end of the 88. Big run, Harris stalking Godinez. Big run to the center of the corner. Here he goes. Trying to make it work. Matthew Greathouse in trouble. Both of them sideways off the corner. Who wants it more? Harris trying to send it into 3. Godinez fights hard on the outside. Andrew Harris is cleared back to the race lead. Dylan Godinez trying to get the crossover. Their nose to tail down the back. 46 laps to go. Godinez isn't done yet. Andrew Harris really hanging that thing out. Trying to hold on to the race lead now from Dylan Godinez. Matthew Greathouse's number 8 machine in trouble, has hit the pit lane now. So, losing more and more competitors. 16 trucks on the lead lap now. They are dropping like flies out here. It's Corey Stahl now trying to make it work here. Now more pit stops. Now I do wonder if some of these pit stops are for now part of the fuel strategy. Big run here. This is Stahl on Matthew Greathouse. And you can see these guys, they are already fighting sideways race trucks. So these stops could be for tires as well. Matthew Greathouse now in trouble again, and he is towed. Matthew Greathouse not having the day he wants. Big battle here. David Flanagan, Kyle Speed, Corey Stahl, they have been battling the whole time. As we have kept tabs on this battle for 5th. And more trucks on the pit lane. Sean Long, Ollie Babb, and Sean Merriman, all very long pit stops. I don't know if these are all damaged, guys. I think some of these pit stops are... And Justin Smith has pounded the wall down. The right side of that machine is junk. You'll see it here when he comes around, but Justin Smith's 6 truck, that rear end has found the wall very hard. And these drivers, they're not leaving the pit lane down here. But Sean Merriman is. We are quickly losing trucks competitive on the lead lap. We're down to 13 lead lap trucks all of a sudden. I'm not quite sure what's going on. I don't know if anyone... No, these drivers didn't anticipate these long of green flag runs. They didn't anticipate having to go so long on tires. They didn't anticipate having to do this corrective driving they're having to do. But these drivers now, the drivers who are more used to long runs are going to be the drivers to prevail here. Battle here. Ben Park and James Shanewolf do battle. Shanewolf back into the wall. Still on the wall. Stahl and Corcoran trying to work their way past the 14 machine, and they do. And now we'll see if Shanewolf, now he stays out. But Chris Luttrell comes in, making it 12 trucks on the lead lap. Now most of the guys who did pit were on lap, were the drivers who pitted on lap 30. But still one, Corey Stahl is still out here on the oldest tires on the lead lap. Corey Stahl last pitted 35 laps ago. Everyone else about 20. So Corey Stahl trying to hang on here on Sean Corcoran, and this field really getting really spread out, really thin, really fast. Corcoran trying to make something happen on Stahl. Stahl holds station. And racing continues. Flanagan and Spees, that battle has not stopped. Chris Luttrell still sits in the pit lane for a long pit stop. Alden McKenney back in. Luttrell must have sped. Not long of a pit stop. Now Andrew Harris, the race leader, trying to lap Mark Person, in trouble. Godinez trying to keep this battle for the race lead alive. A big send to the inside of the 87. Godinez can't make it stick. Harris holds on for now. Godinez driving his heart out. And the field behind, I mean, is a mess. 12 trucks on the lead lap. The lead lap trucks then Andrew Harris, Dylan Godinez, Austin DeLong, David Flanagan, Kyle Spees, Ben Park, Corey Stahl, Sean Corcoran, Lane Doyle, Daniel Park, James Shadewolf has now fallen to 11th. How the mighty have fallen. He was battling for the lead. Jason Kratky is 12th. And now Shane will, all of a sudden, he was battling for the lead. He is now the last truck on the lead lap. Just like that. How quickly the things can change here at Darlington. So, trying to keep up with the ever-changing conditions. The biggest battle on track, the highest battle on track here is Kyle Spees, David Flanagan, flip him. P4 is the position up for grabs. They lapped the 77 of Mark Person. Now this has not been without incident. There's been plenty of incidents, but most of the incidents have happened off the racing surface, which of course can happen at a track like Darlington, where there's only about two and a half, maybe 3 lanes of racing surface, and Dalton McKinney has had another issue, and this one, gonna call it a day for Dalton McKinney. The rest of the track, there's about 5 or 6 lanes of apron, which is not racing surface, so iRacing will not detect an incident down there as an incident to bring out a yellow. So 34 laps to go, 12 trucks on the lead lap, and a mess of trucks out or damaged or penalized or all of the above. This race has been something else. So the top 18 trucks are still running. McKinney is out. Babb is on pit lane. Greathouse is out. Connor Cunningham is still on pit lane. Vickery is on pit lane. Ledoux is out. Carty is out. Sidor is out. Johnson, Kalal, Jackson, all out. So we trudge on. But this track is eating away at the heart and pretty much everyone in the Speed Racing Network HairClub Truck Series field tonight. This track tabbed is too tough to tame. Well, boy, the name has not lied tonight. And Flanagan, a pass for a third as DeLong slams the wall down. Austin DeLong, huge hit out of turn 2. He'll lose a spot third to Flanagan and fourth to Kyle Spees. Andrew Harris is out 1.2 seconds on the field. Godinez, Flanagan, the top 3, and now Lane Doyle will pit from the lead lap. And if your driver's on pit lane like Connor Cunningham or Jeffrey Vickery, it might be worth it just to stay in the race if that truck can get repaired to get all these spots. I mean, tons of points are up for grabs. Also, the pit lane entry is very difficult to get to. I think people have been speeding. We'll see here as Lane Doyle's hit the pit lane. And I don't think he's going to fall any lower than 12 anyway as a result of this pit stop. Down away is Lane Doyle, so he's got the pit lane entry nailed down. And the battle for the lead is starting to tighten up. Andrew Harris, the gap not as big over Godinez as it once was. Hitting Austin DeLong. Now that truck does look pretty clean despite the gigantic hit it had outside of turn 2 just a few moments ago. 20 laps to go. Austin DeLong comes down the pit lane. The attention of his pit crew, Austin DeLong, will stop in the box. Down and away. And there's Andrew Harris now. The gap he had to Dylan Godinez has opened up now. The Godinez must have made a mistake. As last time we updated the gap, you know, half a second back of the gap he once had. The deficit he once had. So, unfortunate there. Lane Doyle has just passed Austin DeLong on pit exit there. And Lane Doyle to 11. And Lane Doyle finds himself one lap off the race, off the pace with fresh tires. 27 laps to go. And the one driver still on the lead lap on the very nearly 50 lap old tires is James Shanewolf. Now, he is 17 seconds off the leader's pace. But James Shanewolf, man, he is hustling that 14 around here. Nobody else has been able to keep their truck in one piece and go this long on tires. Now, Lane Doyle, he might have been going that long, but he saw that they were getting old. He's pitted, and Lane Doyle has since set the fastest lap of the night of a 29.37 just a lap ago. Lane Doyle, he is cooking and trying to see if he can take a bite out of the lead that Andrew Harris has on the field. And so 25 laps to go. The war of attrition. The nightmare before Christmas for some of these guys. It has been a very devastating race for most of these guys. But the 12 drivers who've been able to keep their trucks in one piece, they are flying high right now. And James Shane, with one of those drivers now, finally hits the pit lane. Also, my apologies, Corey Stahl is still out there. Corey Stahl is still out there on those 50-lap old tires. 51 now, count them. Corey Stahl, one of those troopers as well, but he is also falling down the running order. And so in the pit goes James Shane Wolf. Shane Wolf down and away, 24 laps to go. The laps he'll have to use all that tire up. Now I wonder if this race can be done on fuel, and or is this a split strategy? Is what Lane Doyle is doing? Is he running as hard as he can now to try and make up a lap on fresh tires to Andrew Harris? And Lane Doyle could be doing that. Now, big hit there for Jason Kratke as Doyle was trying to get past Kratke, one of those lead lap drivers. The field might be able to last all the way to the end. That could be the case, and we're trying to see how long the tires can last. Now, Doyle could have also, thrown in the white flag and surrendered and said, you know, we're going to come down pit road and get some fresh tires. And so now Doyle's actually been passed by Austin DeLong. So DeLong right now is the prime driver to do said activity. If he can just get out there, get into some clean air. Right now, they're only running a second faster, so they're going to need the lap time to fall off a little bit more off of Andrew Harris if it's going to mean anything tonight. So, we will watch the lap time board. That's about the best we can watch. And so, what's going to be on the screen there on your right-hand side is the last lap time these drivers have ran. And there you go, James Shane Wolf has blown right on past. So, the last lap time for Andrew Harris here at the stripe, it's going to be one to watch. But there, Harris, that's a 31.54 despite getting past there by James Shane Wolf and Austin Long. You see there at the bottom of the top 10 has ran a 29.90. Lane Doyle at 30.3, and James Shane Wolf, now he did pass the race leader, but James Shane Wolf at 30.29. So they're running over a second quicker, but they're going to have to keep doing that. And now DeLong gets caught in traffic, and Corey Stahl has hit the pit lane on those 55-lap old tires. What a job from Corey Stahl tonight, guys. Give it up for Corey Stahl going that long on tires. Pretty good job keeping that truck clean as well and staying alive. And it may sound a little facetious to say that, but some of these guys have really struggled tonight. There's a pass there. Ben Park has gotten past Dylan Godinez for position there. And so Stahl. Oh no, Corey Stahl sped on pit road. Oh my goodness. Just as I was congratulating him for going that long on tires, he takes himself out of contention and he will call it a day. He has left. Corey Stahl has left. Oh my goodness. Well, now the thing to watch will be, where is Austin DeLong in relation to the leader Andrew Harris? Harris comes out of 4 now, and it's going to be very tough for DeLong to make that up. So now they're just hoping that DeLong will have to pit, but 43 and add 55, I mean, you get 98. So if you can go 62, 63 laps, they're going to make it. Now Harris, he's doing just fine. He does not have to rush at all. Any threat he had has long disappeared out the rear windshield, or the rear mirror, the rear windshield, anything out behind. I mean, there's just specks of trucks that are behind Andrew Harris at a 4th position. But from David Flanagan back, it is cooking here. Second onward is a battle. This is Flanagan and Spies. And then Ben Park has just passed Godinez, but we'll see here. Speed's trying to find his way around the 5 of Flanagan. Oh, Speed is nearly into the rear end there of David Flanagan's machine. Battle here between Godinez and Sean Corcoran. As Godinez pounds the wall down, Sean Corcoran goes to 5th. How about that for the 74? Battle here. Lane Doyle has gotten back by Austin DeLong. And now Daniel Park has made easy work of Dylan Godinez. Godinez is in trouble, guys. The 88 truck looks wounded. And the pacing looks wounded as well. So Godinez down to 7th. Lane Doyle, Austin DeLong trying to work their way around David Flanagan. Fresh tires. Doyle sends it. DeLong sends it. They're going to get through. And they'll put a couple truck gap between. Now, Andrew Harris, I don't know if he's saving fuel or what, but he is coming back to David Flanagan. He's coming back in a hurry. So all of a sudden, Dylan Godinez has had an incident. Dylan Godinez has spun round on the front straightaway and trying to get that truck back going. Dylan Godinez in trouble here at Darlington. And now has to fight Andrew Harris. Harris will be lapping Dylan Godinez, and Flanagan all of a sudden has roared to life. David Flanagan in hot pursuit of Andrew Harris and could be going for his first career SRN victory. Connor Cunningham, the truck in between. And all of a sudden, Andrew Harris is not alone out in front. So Andrew Harris, 10 laps to go, and he's got company. At the rear end is Connor Cunningham, and then right behind Connor is David Flanagan. Now the lap trucks are really having their say and their way with this battle. But Andrew Harris has got to keep on his toes here. There's Flanagan. Connor not able to make the move. He'll sit behind the leader for now. 9 laps to go from Darlington. It's been a great green flag run, but one of attrition here at Darlington. Now Connor Cunningham trying to find his way past the leader. He is 22 laps down. He has to justify it to himself to try to make this pass if it's going to make any sense. And Flanagan is rooting for it. Flanagan needs it to happen, but Merriman not going to. Connor Cunningham and Merriman is just sitting in between. And Flanagan really needs to either get by both of them or have them both get by Andrew Harris. And now Connor looks to the inside of Harris. Will he send it here into 3? Harris gives way to Cunningham and Merriman. And here comes Flanagan. 8 laps to go, boys. This one isn't over. Now Merriman falls way back. He gives way to the leaders. 7 laps to go. Harris pounds the wall down. Flanagan has to stay steady. Big run from David Flanagan. To the inside of Andrew Harris goes Flanagan. Harris drives it deep into turn 3. Flanagan not able to make it happen yet. And now under attack from Wally Babb, the lap truck trying to unlap himself. 13 laps off the pace with 6 laps to go. Well, Babb, he's going to go by both of them. He's at least going to get by Flanagan. That's going to help out Harris. Now Babb putting himself in between the 2 leaders. Now trying to find his way up to Andrew Harris. And now I do know Wally Babb is in a battle on the same lap. He's got 2 trucks on the same lap. But, oh, David Flanagan gets into the 99 of Wally Babb. And understandably, Flanagan frustrated as Babb was in the middle of the lead battle. I do understand the frustration. I don't know if that was the move. 4 laps to go from the lady in black. David Flanagan trying to get his first career SRN victory, and it's going to have to come from getting around the 87 of Andrew Harris. Into turns 3 and 4. This time by will be 3 laps to go. Harris trying to hold on. Flanagan all over the tailgate. Flanagan trying to go high, trying to go low. Flanagan shoving the rear end of the 87. Side by side through turns 1 and 2. Contact. Flanagan contacts Harris. Harris gets the wall. David Flanagan takes the lead here at Darlington with 3 laps to go. What a move from David Flanagan. Now sideways, Harris. Is there any fight left? That truck looks severely off the pace. David Flanagan, he is saved enough. And now 2 laps to go. Can he bring it home? Into turns 3 and 4 for the penultimate time. David Flanagan, he came into this league and he was boastful about his super speedway racing prowess and how that would be really the main opportunity he would have to try and get a win from these boys. But we come to a track known as Darlington, the track dubbed as Too Tough to Tame. Flanagan shows up with a fast piece of work. He puts that thing up there, and now with half a lap to go, treks his way into turns 3 and 4, and David Flanagan, for the first time in his Speed Racing Network career, David Flanagan is a winner at Darlington. Andrew Harris finished second, Kyle Spees third, Ben Park fourth, Sean Corcoran the top 5. But it's David Flanagan, first career win in SRN. He's out of fuel. That might be it for the 5 machine. Flanagan, he's out of fuel. Wow. Well, there it is. And so it's David Flanagan collecting his first career victory here at Darlington, and it was the fuel mileage that lives on. So we will try to get this opportunity here to speak with our race winner. In find him, it'll be the 5 of David Flanagan, and the moment he's not in the Discord for us to speak with. So, oh, found him there. So we'll go ahead and bring him on up, Dave Flanagan, in that 5 machine, and we will speak with our race winner, driver of the number 5. For the first time in your SRN career, David Flanagan, you're a winner here in SRN. And this one, you get it done at Darlington. How about it, man?
Yeah, it's crazy. I was just saving fuel there and ended up being like 0.1 to the good or 0.2. So coming out of 4 there, so it was awesome. Driving back through the field, I had a little damage at first, but it's awesome. That, and it's Darlington too, so it's like everybody wants to win it.
I'm sure everyone did. Out there, man, it was a war of attrition. This track, we know it's difficult, but what really was the the fact that I was really separating the boys from the men, if you will, tonight.
I was just hanging on to them tires. This track loves to eat tires, and if you're fighting the track, you're gonna do it wrong. And that's what I was just trying to focus on the whole night, was just save tires. I qualified great. I was wanting where I was wanting to be at, and got shuffled back because I had a little damage and the truck just didn't feel right. So I figured that I'd rather pit on lap 13 and work my way all the way back up and have time to do it instead of pit lap 80 and lose the track position.
Now, there towards the end, 10 laps to go, you really start reeling Harris in. I'm imagining the chance to win really starts to grow in your mind. What's going through your mind with all the lap trucks, trying to avoid contact, trying to sift your way through traffic, but still keeping your chance to win very much alive?
Yeah, I was just trying to let them go and run my race, really. I didn't mean to get into Wally right there, or Wally Bab. I tried to miss him, and I just barely got him. I got to go back and look at it. And then when I finally got to Andrew, I don't know if he was saving or if his tires were just gone, but I made the move going into 1, and I heard him lift, and I was lifting too because I wanted to give him room. I didn't want to shove him up into the wall. So I think he just got tight. I don't really think I hit him, but I don't know. It's just, I don't know, good racing. I'm glad Andrew still brung it home second and got a good finish for himself, and I'm thankful for my team over here. So it's just a good night. Great night. Awesome to win at Darlington.
Well, David Flanagan, you're going to close out 2024 with a win that lifts the playoff slot off your shoulders, and you are going to be very much in with 5 races left in the regular season. What's going through your mind now? How do you attack the first few races here in 2025 before you get to playoff racing?
Just trying to keep chipping away at points. I think I was 10th tonight, so hopefully I move up a little bit more. I had one bad race and it put me back quite a bit, so I was kind of worried, but this win definitely takes the burden off of it, and like I said, it couldn't come at a more cooler place than Darlington.
Well, there you go, David Flanagan. For the first time in your SRN career, you're a winner, and you'll win it here at Darlington. The track too tough to tame. You tamed it tonight, buddy. Congratulations.
Hell yeah, thank you. Hey, shout out to my team over here, the Rolo Tonys, and shout out to JSR and Chrome Racing and all them boys over there. So thank you for the broadcast too, brother.
Absolutely. And of course, that was our race winner, driver of the number 5 in David Flanagan. And now that does mean we have, 2 sides to every story. It'll be second place finisher, driver of the number 87 in Andrew Harris. And Andrew, I know you wanted that one bad, man. I know in the past you've ran very well here. You've won here at Darlington before in SRN. Why was it not meant to be tonight? What could you have done differently?
Yeah, I don't know. It turned into a little bit of a fuel strategy there at the end, and I was saving fuel, and he came up quicker than I thought he was. We were getting all kinds of lap traffic, and he definitely had a little quicker car there at the end. I had some damage from tagging the wall a few times earlier, so he had the better car, but I don't think he had to put me in the wall to pass me.
See, well, Andrew, it's another great run and you bring out the Bell South scheme again. Beautiful 87 machine you brought to the track tonight, and it was fast all day. It was up front all day. We saw behind you guys, behind the lead lap, really, it was a war of attrition out there. What were really the trouble spots for you? What was it like to really, keep that truck on, all four wheels, keep it going the right direction, all that, while everyone else struggled?
Yeah, I don't know. Darlington's just always been that track, no matter what I seem to do. It just comes so easily to be, kind of quick there. And I think the real thing was when it came down to a fuel save, mode. That's just not really my, strong suit. And I accidentally messed up in one of the turns, and I tried to clutch it because I was like, I can save a little bit more. So I tried to clutch it a little bit. Didn't get my brake enough, and ended up in the outside wall. Like I said, I think that's where some of the damage came from in the lap cars. But I think that was really the key, is trying to save enough, but also keeping enough speed to stay up front. I think that was where it came down to.
Well, Andrew, you're going to close out the 2024 portion of the season with a second place finish on the far side of the new year. 5 races left to the playoffs. How do you see yourself, setting yourself up, in the thick of the playoff battle, and really putting this 87 as a truck that's going to be a championship contender come February?
Yeah, I'd like to do that. I don't think I made the playoffs last year, so I'm definitely excited to be locked in the playoffs this year. A couple of good tracks coming up here that I really enjoyed. This one was the one that I circled on the calendar. So, but a couple of good tracks coming up. I got a great team behind me. We're looking to get the team championship locked up here too. So yeah, there's a bunch of good things happening. It was a good 2024 for our SRN season over at Park Pros Racing.
Absolutely. Well, Andrew, congratulations on the podium tonight. Very dominant race truck, but just couldn't seal the deal tonight. But nonetheless, a second place finish to close out the year and head on to the stretch right before the playoffs. Congratulations. Best luck to you on the far side of the new year.
Yeah, absolutely. Just real quick, just like to shout out Michael J. Steele for that awesome paint scheme that you saw today, and Park Rose Racing for having the team put together and everything. Connor, Ben, and Dan, and all them. Jason for not making it here. You guys for putting this thing on, and everybody that runs SRN. I love you guys, and have a great holiday.
Absolutely. Happy holidays, Andrew. It was great. So that's our second place finisher, driver of the number 87 in Andrew Harris. And if you look, I don't see third place finisher Cal Spees hanging around in the Discord to talk to us, which is a-okay. I understand the frustration. It was a very difficult race from the looks of it tonight. And so we will take a look at the finishing results and see who did come to the checkers. Guys, this one was tough. So David Flanagan wins tonight here at Darlington over Andrew Harris, Kyle Spees, Ben Park, Sean Corcoran, Daniel Park, Jason Kratke, Lane Doyle, and Austin DeLong the lead lap. And from there, my goodness, these drivers had a field day. It was difficult tonight. James Shainwolf 1 lap down in 10th. Dylan Godinez 2 laps down in 11th. Sean Long 3 laps down in 12th, also alongside Sean Woodside. Justin Smith finishes 14th, 6 laps down. Mark Person 15th, 8 laps down. Sean Merriman 16th, 12 laps down. Battling Chris Luttrell and Wally Babb 17th and 18th. They were both 13 laps down. Going on down the list, it was Corey Stalvin 21 laps down, battling Connor Cunningham for 20th, or for 19th, my apologies. Connor Cunningham was 20th. Jeffrey Vickery 21st, and from there I believe drivers had left the event. Dalton McKinney finishes 22nd. Matthew Greathouse 23rd. They're 40 and 46 laps down respectively. Shane LaDuda 24th, 68 laps off the pace. Drake Carty, Drake Carty was one of the more difficult races to watch today. He had it rough all day long. Carty will look to bounce back from a 25th place finish in the new year. 70 laps off the pace. Michael Seidor then 26, 71 laps down. Aaron Johnson 27th, 80 laps down. And Scott Kalal, the lap 1 barrel roll will take him out of contention tonight. Finishes 28th, 104 laps down. And now to think about it, James Jackson isn't even on there. There he is. James Jackson 29th, also 104 laps down. and that's how he'll close out tonight. So that is how the 29 drivers did or didn't finish tonight's race. 9 on the lead lap and 20 were laps down and hanging on their fenders by threads. It was quite the war of attrition tonight. Now, it was also a very lengthy long run there in the second half of the race. The start was a little sketchy, not gonna lie, but we did really get a nice long run there at the end, and it really did let the drivers really do the talking tonight and let the best drivers really showcase their talents at a track that is dubbed as too tough to tame. And with that, before we close out the 2024 season, of course, we have to shout out all of our partners here at Speed Racing Network, and of course the series namesake of HairClub. Take control of your hair loss at HairClub. Their total hair solutions can help you keep, regrow, or restore your hair. Speak with their hair loss specialist today and make sure you use code SRN10 to save 10% off your order. ThermoPro produces the best wireless meat thermometers and digital hygrometers for household use. Before establishing their brand, ThermoPro supplied some of the largest brands you see on the market today, working behind the scenes as a manufacturer, and now providing customers with top quality products at very competitive prices without sacrificing functionality or quality. Make sure you use code ThermoProtein to save 15% off of your order. Huge shout out to AdminBox, of course. AdminBox is built by iRacers for iRacers, with the goal being to make race control as easy as possible. Each AdminBox connects via USB and features pre-programmed commands for race controlling, driver function, and pit options. It has LED backlighting that makes the buttons highly visible in any situation, and make sure you use code SRN-BOXX to save 10% on your AdminBox order. And Premier Racing Setups is the longest running setup shop on iRacing. Established in 2016, they offer many different options to help take your sim racing career to the highest levels of iRacing. With over 50,000 customers worldwide, they have got the tools you need to compete with the best sim racers iRacing has to offer. Use code SPEEDNETWORK15 to save 15% on your order. And a shout out to Top Coat and Better Boat for also joining us in the ride along here at SRN. While you're on our YouTube channel, guys, make sure you join the SRN YouTube membership program. You can become a Speed Racing Network Premium member today for $4.99 a month and get access to loyalty badges, custom emojis, exclusive wallpapers and photos, early access to new content, member shoutouts, members only live chats, and priority reply to comments. To join today, you can click the join button next to the subscribe button on our YouTube channel. And of course, a shout out to all of our social media outlets where you keep up with all things SRN during the off time, with the off weeks we have for Thanksgiving and Build Week, and the off weeks coming up for Christmas and New Year's. Keep glued to our social media outlets, our Facebook page at facebook.com/Speed Racing Network, our X page at Speed Racing Net, our Instagram at Speed Racing Network, our YouTube at youtube.com/Speed Racing Network, our Twitch at twitch.tv/Speed Racing Net, our LinkedIn at linkedin.com/company/Speed Racing Network, and of course the website where you keep up with everything SRN when it comes to news, schedules, points, stats, and all that jazz. And how to join is waiting for you at speedracingnetwork.com. Well, that'll do it for us here from Darlington. Thank you all so much for tuning in and joining us for tonight's action, and we hope you enjoyed tonight's broadcast. Join us in 2025 in about 3 weeks time, January 7th, where that Tuesday night the HairClub trucks will head their way, they will head their way to Las Vegas to kick off the 2025 portion of the 7th season of Speed Racing Network action, and that'll be round number 12. And from all of us here at Speed Racing Network, I am Emerson Arden. Thank you all so much for watching. Happy holidays, happy new year.